right, so today we are going to be taking our test on adding and subtracting. And before we do, I wanted to talk to you guys about some word problems, story problems, real world problems. You'll hear them called all sorts of things. And we are going to specifically look at the clue words that will tell us what operation to use. Now, when I say operation, what am I talking about? Like surgery? No, like a math operation. And in this case, it's either going to be addition or subtraction. So we're going to look at all the different clue words that are going to help us know what to do with a problem. So I want to look at this example that I have here on the board. It says a music sales company receives a shipment of 200,000 CDs. At the end of the first day of a sale, 135,697 of the CDs are left. The company sells 47,319 more CDs. How many CDs were sold during the sale? So, does anybody see any clue words here that will help us to know what are we even supposed to do with this problem? Wyatt?
Where it said how many CDs were sold during the sale. In my head was thinking that we had to add 135,697 with 47,319.
I see where you're coming from with that, and I could totally understand why you would do that. However, this one's a little different. It's a little different there. It's actually a two-step problem. Colton?
Divide the 4,007.
The 47,319?
Yep. It says more.
Okay, it does say more. So that is a clue word. If we're talking about more, are we adding something or are we subtracting something? Adding, okay. Anybody else see another clue word? Jazz? Sorry, Jada? Are left. Oh, if we've got some left over, what does that mean that we did first to have some left over? We would have to subtract to have some that were left over, right? Okay. So in just a minute, we're going to make a chart of all the clue words that we find. That's going to help us when we take our math test. All right, so let's look. We're not going to solve this right now. My focus today is the clue words. So let's look at number 2. An elephant eats about 2,400 pounds of food each week. A large dog eats about 182 pounds of food each year. How much more food does an elephant eat in 1 week than a dog eats in a year? Now, again, this is actually a multi-step problem, but we're not going to go through all that. And I tried really hard not to put any multi-step problems on your test. I wanted it to just be a, straightforward test. But let's just look at clue words, okay? Let's look at clue words.
Are we going to solve it in the real test?
On the real test, you will. Yes, but right now, I just want to focus on clue words.
Oh, so we're not doing the test today, or
we are doing the test today. We're not solving this problem right now. We're looking at clue words. Okay? Right. So, I'm going to read it again because I feel like we lost our train of thought. An elephant eats about 2,400 pounds of food each week. A large dog eats about 182 pounds of food each year. How much more food does an elephant eat in 1 week than a dog eats in 2 years? Okay. What did you see? What clue words? How much more? How much more? What does that tell us we're gonna be doing? We're comparing two things. We gotta figure out how much more one is than the other. So to do that, Jada, what are we doing? Subtracting. So that's another subtracting one. All right. Let me grab my mouse. Okay. So let's look at a couple more here. Oh, all right. A theme park sold a theme park sold 52,000 tickets one day. The park sold 7,531 tickets before it opened in the morning. By noon, 34,493 more tickets were sold. How many more tickets did the theme park sell for the day? Again, this is more than one step in this process, but what clue words do we see? Charlie? Sorry, Charlie. Marilyn.
More.
My bad, sorry. Okay, more, yes. So they sold more tickets. So that's going to tell us that we would add. All right. Do we see any more clue words in here? Michael?
How many more?
How many more? And what is how many more telling us? To subtract. Yes. A water park uses 18,000 gallons of water per day. A golf course uses 854 gallons of water per day. A car wash uses 3,360 gallons of water per day. How many more gallons of water does the water park use each day than the golf course and car wash combined? So it's a lot. It's a lot going on in this problem, but we're focusing on clue words. What clue words do you see? Paxton?
How many more?
Yes, how many more? And what does how many more tell us we're going to do? Subtract. Good job. What else do you see? Colton?
It says combined for how many different golf course and car wash combined.
Yes. When it says and, it says this and this combined. That's going to tell us if we're combining something, what are we doing? Adding. So if I combine my pencils with your pencils, we're adding the pencils together. You got it? Okay. So let's do two more and then we'll start looking at our chart. All right. A farmer has 1,217 pounds of vegetables. After selling some vegetables to a restaurant, he has 843 pounds left. Then he sells 326 pounds of vegetables at the farmer's market. How many pounds of vegetables does he sell in all? So, clue words. Do we see any clue words? Paxton. In all, yes. And that's going to tell us we need to add. Very good. Okay, what else, Jada? That how many pounds? So that goes with the question. So that is extremely important to focus on that. How many pounds? Yes. But that's not technically part of the clue word. That's part of the question. I mean, that's important words in the question. What it's asking us. That's what she was talking about. The words how many. But let's look at this. So he has some left. That's kind of like leftover, right? So if we have some left or left over, what did we do? Subtract. Yes. And then if you're selling, well, then he sells that. Okay. Oh, right. He sold this much as well. So if you're selling something, you know, it's probably going to be subtracted from you because you're selling it. It's going away. All right, there are 1,468 students at Lakeside School. There are 376 more students at Oak Hill School. How many students are there in all in both schools? All right, we're looking for clue words. Clue words. Marilyn.
How many?
Okay, so that how many, that goes with the question. So that is important, but if we see words like how many more or how many altogether, like those kind of things are going to be more of the clue word sort of thing. All right, Michael? Okay, in all. So if we're putting them in all, we are adding. Yes. Okay. How about this word? There are that many more. So if you've got a certain amount and I've got that amount and more, add. So you have to think, adding is going to be getting, increasing, adding more, bringing it in, combining, all together. But subtract is going to be getting rid of, selling. How many less? How many fewer? What's the difference? Those are going to be your subtracting things. So I'm going to make this chart over here. I'm going to pull my virtual people right over here with us. All right. And we're going to look at this chart here. Get a clue. What do you think I'm talking about? Get a clue about what? What am I saying? Get a clue. Clue words. Yes. We're getting all those good clue words. And we need addition clue words and subtraction clue words. So we're going to put addition over here. So these are all words that are telling us that we need to add on this side. And then I'm going to put subtract over here. So these are all the words that are going to tell us to subtract. Can anybody remember some of those words that we discovered that tell us to add? Paxton? In all. Okay. What else? Marilyn? Okay, more. What about all together? Tristan? Oh, sorry. Wait, okay. And then how about in, we've already got in all together. Combined. Y'all remember that word? Combined. What is the word for an addition problem? Like the answer to an addition problem. Do you remember? Starts with an S? Sum. What is the sum? Can't think of any more right now, but I'm sure we'll come across them and we'll add to the list. Well, let's think about subtracting. What is the answer to a subtraction problem? The difference. Jada? Less than. Fewer. Selling. Usually, but you know, make sure you read the rest of the problem too. Because if it's like, oh, we're selling tickets. We sold this many on Monday, this many on Tuesday, this many on Wednesday. How much did we sell combined? Combined is gonna be your clue word rather than selling. But if we're talking about I sold some vegetables and then I sold some more, you know, and then how many do I have left, which is the good question. How many is left?
I thought you said how many is 23. That's not the clue. You said how many.
Yes. How much is left or left over? How much more? How much more? how much less. Okay, what? To give something away. Oh, I just thought of another one for adding. Hold on. Total. The total. It's a good one. Yeah, but that's a good word for you to remember. Does anybody remember the vocabulary words for the two numbers you add together? Remember what those are called? That's the answer. But what about the two numbers themselves? Jay, do you remember?
Minuend and subtrahend.
Okay, those are subtraction. Yes.
Oh.
Minuend and subtrahend. The minuend's up top, subtrahend is on the bottom. But for addition, do you remember what it is, Colton?
Wait, you just said it.
Add-ins. Add-ins. Yes, good. All right, so when you take your math test today, when you come across a word problem, please make sure that you refer to your clue words. Okay, if you need to get up and move to see this, if you come across a word problem, you are welcome to. Virtual people, I'm going to zoom in close so you can get a little screenshot, a little, you know, a little thumbnail, a little something of our words. All right, so refer back. Use the tools that you have to help, including this chart. All right, take your time, do your best work. Even if the test is on the computer, please have scratch paper. If you need paper, I got you, boo. Work your problems out on paper, okay? All right, so you're gonna try your best, you're gonna do your best work, and you're gonna do great things. Peace, virtual people. Have a great day.